Alright, first and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Hauka Kotash. The ball is unto the apostles. The ball is unto the apostles and the elders of great millstone that surely do rebel. Peace and blessings unto the men that push this word, day in and day out, the brothers that push this word in all sincerity and with all diligence throughout the four corners of the earth. It is matter now coming back, Trinidad West camp, to do a quick little video here on these two Sims that bought into Esau philosophy. It's Grimes and Lil Uzi Vert, that one that went on a pink diamond in his forehead. It says Grimes and Lil Uzi Vert want to get brain chips together. We'll have the knowledge of God. It says Grimes has even set out a time frame for the potential procedure. This was on the 8th of February. Fag on the left and actor, and that is the people who they will use. They will use celebrity, the ones that people look up to as idols, the ones that people want to imitate, and use these people as the leaders or the ones that people want to follow, so that when they take the microchip, the RFID microchip, that all them and the followers, the diehard fans would do the same. It says Grimes and Lil Uzi Vert have said they're planning on getting brain chips together after striking up an unlikely friendship. The bizarre pledge came about over the weekend when Lil Uzi Vert tweeted Neuralink, a reference to Elon Musk's startup firm that aims to implant a computer interface in the human brain to provide long-term treatment for neurological conditions such as dementia. So that would make it seem like at first, they're going to use it for people, who have brain disorders or nerve disorders, or having problem, with a hand to control, so they could put a chip in the brain or in the head so that it could control, for all kind of different ailments and diseases and things, so that they could know when anybody get a new disease to fight it off. All these things they would come with, but the plan is actually to have a tag on each and every one of you, to make each and every one of you a product, to have each and every one of you a subject to them or a slave to them. Because when you implant the RFID microchip, it would have a GPS track on it, and they would be able to track each and every movement that you make. All transactions that you do. Basically, your whole life history would be known. Health, business, social, wherever it is, Esau would know. It says, let's get brain chips. Grimes replied, prompting Lil Uzi to agree. I'm ready when we doing it. Look the title on Twitter here. It says, let's aim for chips by 2022. It's experimental surgery, but if it succeeds, we'll have the knowledge of the gods. Haha. So they're making it seem like a joke. But in reality, that is what they're aiming to do. Have implantable microchips by 2022. It says a lot of truth is said and just, not to making it sound like a joke, but that's the truth. Just like how they bring all the truth in movies, they're bringing it out in joke. All these celebrities and them gonna be pushing towards that RFID microchip. It just need one person to start a trend. Understand? Just need one person to start a trend, and then supporters, and then the sheep will follow. You know, dumb flock will follow. But the same thing that, you know, serpent said to Eve. The same thing that the serpent said to Eve. This is what the serpent is saying to, you know, to them back again. The seed of Eve, which is Israel, and the 2/3 gonna take that lie again and eat of that fruit, eat of Esau philosophies, and you know, and they would die just like Adam did. But the Lord reserved and elected. It says in Genesis 3 verse 1. It says, "Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which Yahweh the Most High had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, had the Most High said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, the Most High had said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die, for the Most High doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil." So them making a joke and say you're gonna have the knowledge of God. Now this is the thing with Jake. They want to have the knowledge of the Most High, but look who they're going to get help from the serpent, from the devil, you know, from the deceiver Esau. You know, they say we gotta have knowledge of the Most High. Same thing the serpent, which is Esau, told Eve, "Hey, did that to eat of this fruit?" Which is you know, philosophies of the devil. The fruit that they eat of the fruit of lies. You know, you did that to eat of this fruit, you know, you're not gonna surely die. But the Most High know that if they eat of this fruit, you're gonna know both good and evil, and they're gonna be as gods. And that is exactly what they want to hear. They want to be as gods. They think by putting a microchip in your brain, that could actually make you become a god. No. The most High alone could make you become a god. You know, could give you back that power, because that is where the power coming from. Understand? Being a god, you're not gonna be a god by having a chip in your brain. You're gonna be a god by having spiritual powers, because the spirit is stronger than the flesh. You know? So if you're not having spiritual powers, which the Most High say He's the Father of all spirits, so He alone could give you spiritual power, then you're not gonna be as a god. The ones that are gonna be gods, the ones that are gonna have the knowledge of the gods are the elect. You know? So 2 Corinthians 11 verse 13, it says, "For such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of Mashiach." It says, "And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light." Understand? "Therefore it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works." So the end gonna be according to their work. So if they sow righteousness, they receive the kingdom, but they didn't sow righteousness. They sow evil, they sow strife, they sow envy, they sow pride, they sow hatred. So they're gonna receive destruction. And that is what I'm trying to, transform themselves into a minister of Hamashiach, Yahushai, by saying you're gonna have the knowledge of God. And people see now, and people really, I had to get a burning plant, and that is just how they start, that is exactly what Esau wants. Understand? So that I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKakodash. Know the balance unto the apostles and elders of great men that surely do well. Peace and blessings unto the Arkham, truly four corners of the earth that push the sword in sincerity and in truth. And until next time, Shalom.